We are told that focus requires discipline. If you can't just sit still and work for some hours, that means you aren't trying enough. But that's a lie. If you have to force yourself to focus, you already lost. The most productive people on earth aren't gritting their teeth. They're accessing a specific biological state where the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that doubts and overthinks, actually shuts down. And psychologists call this the flow. In this state, work doesn't feel like work. It feels effortless. Time will just disappear. And your output, it goes up to 500%. And if you're struggling to get more things done, you don't need more willpower. You need a flow protocol. And today, I'm going to show you the science of how to hack your biology to enter deep work on command without any struggle. Okay, to understand why you can't focus, let's take a look at this graph. And we will see that most people are working in the wrong zones. If the task is too hard and your skills are too low, then you will be feeling anxiety. You will procrastinate because you're scared. But if the task is too easy and your skills are too high, you feel bored. So you will be picking your phone because you need more stimulation. And flow only happens in Goldilocks zone, which just states that the challenge must be roughly 4% harder than your current skill level. But there is a biological barrier stopping you to get there, and it's called struggle phase. So when you first sit down to work, your brain screams because it wants dopamine, it wants comfort. So this is a static friction, and most people quit here and go check Instagram or they get a snack. But if you can push the first 15 minutes, your brain releases cocktails of neurochemicals like norepinephrine, dopamine, and the pain vanishes. So you might ask me, Alex, how can we escape this struggle? I got your back. Step 1, the environmental trigger. Alright, protocol step 1 is a radical elimination. You cannot enter flow if your brain is scanning for threats. And in this modern world, your phone is a threat. Every notification triggers a cortisol spike. You think putting it face down is enough? No. Studies have shown that just the mere presence of a phone on a desk reduces cognitive capacity. So I use the airlock method. Before I start to deep work, I treat my desk like a spaceship. So the phone goes either into another room or I make it very hard for myself to reach the phone. Like you could put it into upper shelves of your closet or in a drawer somewhere. Like just hide it, that if you want to reach it, you have to work to get that. So in that case, you're like, really? No, I don't want to. Next step is that close your door and put your noise cancelling headphones or earplugs. I'm sealing the lid here. If you can't do this, then it's like that you're trying to fill a bucket that has a hole at the bottom. Step 2, the hyper-specificity. Protocol step 2 is being hyper-specific. Working on a project is a terrible goal. Too vague and your brain doesn't know where to start and where to go. Flow requires a clear singular objective. Before I sit down, I clearly state that what getting it done looks like. For example, not just studying pharmacology, but study the adrenergic drugs. This is in my case actually. Do not say that just study a course or just do some work. Specify it to exactly what you must do. When the target is clear, your brain can lock on. And if you sit down without a clear target, you will be spending the first 20 minutes just figuring out what should I do here, and that will kill your flow. Pilots don't just wing it before they take off, they have a checklist. And I realized that I needed the same thing for my brain. So I created the deep work pre-flight checklist. It's a simple 5-step protocol that I run through before every work session. Phone in airlock, check. Water on the desk, check. A specific goal defined, check. Headphones on, check. Coffee, check. And this checklist acts as a trigger. It tells my brain that, okay, playtime is over. It's time to work. And I have made this checklist available for free. The link is down in the description. Print it out, tape it to your desk, and don't start the work until you check the boxes. Deep work is a superpower. It allows you to produce in 2 hours what most people produce in 2 days. But deep work is useless if you don't know what you have to be working on. You can be efficient, but if you're running in the wrong direction, you're just failing faster. That's why I made a system to manage my life, not just my work sessions. And I recently broke down how I turned my life into video game for a month to track my progress and make sure I'm leveling up in right states. Click here to watch the gamification protocol, and I'll see you in the next level. Thank you so much for staying with me till the end of the video. I really appreciate you. Take good care of yourself and see you in the next one. Bye bye.